Okay, we are working on lesson 3.3, stretching and compressing graphs, and I am going to do with you check for understanding number 1. So go to check for understanding number 1 on lesson 3.3, and you should find this question. I've started a little bit already. What you'll want to do is I'm going to do all these questions with some tables. The first table, I've got the points that are on the initial red graph. So I picked some like negative 8, 8, negative 4, 4, 0, 0, 4, 4, and 8, 8. And now I need to go to the function y equals negative 1/4 f at x. Now if you refer to your poster, there are two values that are affecting f at x. We are looking at a f at x. On the poster, a had two possibilities. If it's negative, which it is, I have written down here below the negative sign that constitutes a vertical reflection, which must be over the x-axis. Also, the 1/4 for a, if you look on your poster, that's a number smaller than 1. 1/4 for a means we are vertically compressing this graph. Vertical compression by 1/4. So both of these a value effects affect the y values because they're vertical effects. So I'm going to go to my new table and make the eloquent changes. X does not change for any of these, so I will just rewrite my x values. And now the y values. Y vertical reflection means you change the sign of y. But then at the same time, I am compressing by 1/4. Okay, so instead of just doing two things, multiplying y by -1 and then multiplying y by 1/4, why not do them both at the same time? Because all I need to do to the y values, I'll just write a little rule here, is I need to multiply each of them by negative 1/4, which includes the reflection and the compression. So here we go. 8 times negative 1/4 times negative 1/4 would be negative 8 over 4, which is negative 2. 4 times negative 1/4 is negative 1. 0 times negative 1/4 is 0. 4 times negative 1/4 is negative 1. And 8 times negative 1/4 at the bottom, 8 times negative 1/4 is negative 2. Okay, so let's plot those points now. Plot those points. I get negative 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, negative 2. I hope this is Friday night. What else do you have to do on a Friday night? Negative 4, negative 1. 0, 0, 4, negative 1, and 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, negative 2. Make sure you're using a ruler. Use a ruler and draw a nice absolute value graph. It looks like a V graph. And then look at the overall result. Compare the two graphs. If you take this original graph and reflect it and vertically squish it down, will it look like that? Yes, it will. I definitely want you guys using tables for these checks for understandings. You must have a table. AJ must have a table. Thank you. Carry on to check for understanding number 2.